Good morning, guys. Today for reading, we are going to be using our book Yip Yap from the packet that we built yesterday. So I'm going to need you to get that out. And we are going to use that book for today's lesson. So we had talked yesterday about how we read the first chapter of Yip Yap. And I kind of explained to you guys how sometimes books are broken up into chapters to organize the book and make it a little bit easier to read. So we can kind of think about these chapters as like a beginning, a middle, and an end. So in Yip Yap, there are 3 chapters. So we're going to think of those as chapter 1 being the beginning. That's what you guys read yesterday. So chapter 1 is the beginning. Chapter 2 is going to be the middle, and chapter 3 is going to be the end. So after we read a chapter, it's easy to sometimes forget what happened when we read so many pages. So after we read a chapter, we always want to stop and think about what just happened in that chapter, about what the characters did, about where the setting was or where the story takes place. And then what happened? What did the characters do? What were the events that were happening? So today, you guys are going to do a really quick retelling. So you read chapter 1 of Yip Yap yesterday, so you already kind of know what happens in the story. So today, you're going to read it again, and you're going to use the illustrations this time to retell chapter 1. So for each chapter, there are characters, a setting, and events that happen. Just like there is in the whole book, there is in one chapter too. So you're going to read chapter 1 of Yip Yap, and then you're going to tell me about the characters, the setting, and the events. And when you tell me about the events, I want to make sure that you're using your sequencing words like first, then, and after that. So you're going to do a retelling of chapter 1 by telling me about the characters, the setting, and the events that happened in the story. Then we're going to start thinking about what might happen in chapter 2 because we're going to get to that later this week. So we're going to be working on making predictions. Do you know what a prediction is? That's a really good guess. So making a prediction is when we use clues in the story to make a guess about what will happen next. So a prediction is really just a good guess. And so we're going to use the illustrations and the words to help us predict about what will happen next or make a guess about what will happen in chapter 2 of Yip Yap. So you guys are actually going to read chapter 2 today also. And after each page, you're going to write down a question or a prediction you have about what will happen next in the story. So on page 5, I saw in the illustrations, I looked and I thought and I saw 1 dog bowl, but I saw 2 dogs. And so I remember I was thinking, well, how are they both going to drink if there's only 1 dog bowl? And then I was like, Zip and Zap, they're really good friends, and I think that they'll share the dog bowl. So that was my prediction. I'm asking a question, how will they both get a drink of water if there's only 1 dog bowl? And I'm making a prediction or a guess that's because the dogs are good friends that they will share. So you guys are going to do this for each page in chapter 2. There are 7 pages in chapter 2. And so you guys are going to write down in this column, I see, and you're going to write down what you see in the illustrations. And then in this column, you're going to write down a question or a prediction about what you think will happen next, okay? All right, guys, good luck. I'll see you tomorrow.